Biology, chapter 18, theory video 16. Now we are going to look at how we can protect these endangered species. So, endangered species is that is some species that is threatened with extinction. So, so obviously the best way is going to be keeping these animals and the species, plants or animals or microbes or whoever it is, in its natural habitat. So this natural habitat should be maintained, meaning that we have to there should be a life support system. So the now now when the when there is a ecosystem, we have to remember that it is only uh, we have to remember that it is not only the large animals who should be protected. So now, for example, if you take the giant pandas, the whole ecosystem needs to be protected because they are dependent only on a certain type of bamboo. They cannot eat any other type of bamboo. They eat that's only that type. So if you protect on their environment, natural habitat, they will be protected. uh, now when you take a tropical rainforest, it is there are many different varieties of animals, plants and insects that we have not even heard of, we have never even seen. So these all of these they should be protected, and they can be, because they are very much vulnerable for the to pollution. That is, when because of the pollution it will be all of these will be destroyed. Now first, one of the main important things that we can do is establishment of national parks. National parks are areas of wildlife which is under the control of the government, and it is separated for protection. So the human activities are limited here. So if we can make sure that the human activities are absolutely gone, then the natural world will itself have its own system of protecting itself. So now uh, many countries have national parks, and they are the industrial activities are controlled. For example, countries like in Kenya, there are rules brought forward by governments to limit the activities and to protect the wild animals. The world's first national park was Yellowstone National Park in United States, established in 1872. It is a massive area and is the only remaining intact ecosystem in northern hemisphere, a northern temperate climate zone, and it is not only a place where people can visit but also a conservation area. Uh, Now, there are three types of animal species found in there: the bald eagle, grizzly bear, and lynx, and also two endangered, whooping crane and grey wolf. They are threatened and uh, endangered animals. So these different kinds of animals are protected in these areas. Without this establishment of these areas, they will die off. Galapagos Islands belonging to Ecuador. Then there are some uninhabited islands where human activity is completely restricted, and also marine reserves are placed where fishing is prohibited. Then even in Sri Lanka there are systems to there are natural parks, and also there are laws and systems to protect these places. However, still there are activities carried out by people to destroy these places. Then there are um, there are places, there are reserves that should be, made free of alien species. So they have to be removed, and invasive plants such as elephant grass, they are destroyed uh, by different by the involvement of different organizations. to make sure that the natural habitat of the animals who are the original inhabitants of those areas are protected. Uh, Now, tourism is actually something that should be done to maintain these parks, and also tourism. Not only some people are against tourism in these national parks, but actually that is a way of uh, teaching people why these animals need to be protected, because then they will actually know that the beauty of the natural world, and also they will start they will start loving the animals, who are animals and plants, and as a result uh, they will want to protect these things. Then there are marine parks around the Galapagos Islands, and also there are many other places. They maintain the fragile ecosystems of uh, made fragile by overfishing and dredging, and also the pollution. Dredging is the act of taking out the sand out of the ocean floor. Uh, there are different marine parks and reserves around New Zealand and around Australia, which makes it a very important uh, mechanism to protect these places. Write down a note on this. Protecting endangered species. A species threatened with extinction is known as an endangered species. The best way to protect them is by keeping them in their natural habitat and maintaining the natural habitat as a whole. National parks, number one, national parks. National parks are where human activity is limited and are controlled by the government of a country and are protected by law. Example: Yellowstone National Park, Galapagos Island, Kenyan national parks, etc. Right, I hope you understood. If you have any questions, you can ask.